Die. There you go, Dead Horse. Chose that video because that was actually the day of the record release show, I believe, June 3rd, 1989, with Devastation at the Axiom. And at the beginning of that, anybody here, or can anybody guess who that was that introduced them? I know some of the guys here in the panel know who that is, but anyway, it's a friend of mine that did that. So if you have any idea who did that, who that was, say it in the chat. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Been looking forward to doing this one for a while. Being this, I grew up near Houston or whatever. Dead Horse was always a big, probably the biggest underground band back when I was a wee teenager. So I just asked a few friends to come hang out and talk about, specifically the horsecore album, which was recently reissued. So pretty good timing, I guess. Share some of the stuff they have. I see some of the stuff they have. It's pretty cool. So it's going to be fun. If you are here for the first time, I appreciate it. There's a lot of stuff on the channel. You want to check it out. So as I told Charles earlier, we don't talk about stuff that makes us feel old. And for those of you in Houston, here's something else to make you feel old. I busted out my old Houston Oilers shirt. So if you want to feel old, there you go. So I don't know if they make those Farm Road 666 shirts anymore, but we'll find out. But yeah, classic. Dead Horse was massive. We'll talk about the shows and all that here shortly. So thanks for hanging out. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in, checking it out. It's gonna be fun talking about Dead Horse. So tomorrow, another Houston themed show. I have Jason Beck coming on for a chat. If you don't know Jason Beck, he's been doing underground radio on KPFD for years. I first heard Jason back in maybe 90, 91 or something like that on KPFD with Wes and Bill Bates. Rest in peace. On Sweet Nightmares way back when. He also did the zine God Vomit. Did like 4 issues. He was in a band called Spinal Remains and also Tumorhead. And he still does a show on KPFD called Dead Time. So it's going to be awesome talking to Jason. Jason has a lot of cool stories to tell. So yeah, tune in for that. Jason Beck tomorrow. There you go. There's the whole flyer. I'm an idiot. So cool. All right. So I guess I'll bring my esteemed panel on. Again, thanks for watching. Tell everybody we're on live now, and we'll get the show on the road. If you haven't, if you want to help the show out, support the show, click subscribe and all that. So anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get going. Let me bring everybody on one at a time. What's up, fellas? How's everybody tonight?
What's up?
All right, let me adjust my volume here because that video seemed kind of low. All right, so I guess we'll start. I have Charles to my left on the or to my I don't know. Anyway, I can't figure that shit. I've only been doing this a few months, so I'm still struggling with that. So anyway, everybody just introduce yourself. We'll start with Charles.
Hey, I'm Charles Sepulveda.
I'm Richard Sackles.
Richard and
Eric.
Eric. All right. So all these guys, I asked all these guys. I've known these guys for a while, and they've all. Charles is from the Houston area. Richard, Austin area, and Eric's down in South Texas, Brownsville, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so everybody here, growing up, we're all somewhat the same age. I think I'm the youngest, so I asked some of these old guys to hang out with me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, like I said, talk about horsecore, an album that influenced a lot of people, and it was just when it came out, it was just like, that what the fuck is this, moment. So really original, definitely left its mark on the music underground, for sure. Dead Horse is still a name that you hear. There's been bands like Entombed that have covered Dead Horse songs, many others, I'm sure. But that's the first one that came to mind. So since Entombed kind of pretty well-known band. Actually, they toured with Dead Horse. So anyway, we'll talk about that. So first things first, I guess we'll start with Charles. Talk about, your first introduction to Dead Horse.
First time I saw them was opening for Sacred Reich, January 21st, 1989.
Damn.
I remember that because we were stoked to go see Sacred Reich. They were touring on the EP Surf Nicaragua, and they had an in-store at Infinite Records with the Atrophy, and only like 10 people showed up. But we went to the Axiom, and man, Dead Horse was freaking amazing. All I can tell you is as soon as they finished, I went and bought like a shirt or demo, or I have like the corduroy hat, whatever they were selling.
Oh yeah. You still have that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe you brought it along for show and tell. So, all right. So, Richard, how about you, Richard?
Oh, man. First time I saw Dead Horse was at this show.
Hold on. Let me put you solo so we can see that. All right.
The Ear Spank Festival at
Wow.
the Ritz in Austin with Agony Column, Dread, Savias, Gypsy Rose, Skullduggery, EMG, 2 Minute 8, Forefront, Herlant, Near Dark.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw them, and I was with my friend Jeff, and he said, should we go get something to eat, or should we watch this band Dead Horse? It looked like a little kid wrote their logo. And I said, yeah, we'll check out a couple of songs, and if they suck, well, then we'll go get something to eat. We were, of course,
went to get something to eat.
so we were those kids that had to be in the front row at every show, and so we're waiting. They come on stage, they bust in the Murder Song, and of course the first few riffs got our attention, like, oh man, this is cool. But then when the vocals came in and the blast beat started, we were just jaw-dropped. We couldn't believe what we were hearing. We're like, what? Holy shit. I've never seen anybody like blast beat so fast with double bass, and Greg's hair was swinging back and forth, and they were just going nuts on the stage, and we just never seen anything like it. So just like Charles, as soon as the show was over, we bought the little package deal. I think you get a shirt, a demo, and some stickers for like $15.
Yeah.
So they made $30 like instantly. Since then, yeah, sold.
That's awesome. Eric?
Dude, I think I must have been in 7th grade. First time I heard about him.
Yeah.
And I was like, what kind of a fucking name is Dead Horse, dude? Like, all the fucking names you could have chosen. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's a good point.
And they loaned me the cassette, the horsecore. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, holy shit, dude. This shit is fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
And it's right here, man, right here. Check it out.
There you go.
And they've been my favorite band ever since, man. Saw them here at a club called Casablanca back in the day a couple of times with a Haga lineup.
Yeah.
And dude, they always tore up the fucking place, dude. It was fucking brutal. It was fucking awesome, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess for me, I remember hearing the name a lot, like around, I guess it was around the time the album was out, like 89, and you'd always hear about, Dead Horse, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? What's Dead Horse? And my older brother had some friends, and I remember they had the shirt, the Death Ride shirt. That was a pretty popular shirt, I guess, back then, right? In those days.
Oh, yeah.
Black shirt. And you would see it like and one of my friends had that, and I'm like, it just kind of tripped me out, because just like Eric, I was like, Dead Horse, what the fuck, I was listening to thrash and death metal or whatever, and then it's just Dead Horse just didn't make any sense. But nowadays it's perfect, because they're just, it's like they couldn't have been any other name. There's no way. It's like one of those things that's like, it was just perfect. Everything was came out the way it was supposed to, I guess I should say. But but yeah, that name was around everywhere. Even down, I mean, I grew up in a small town. Even down here, an hour south of Houston, the name was everywhere. I mean, people here would go, go see him play at the Axiom or wherever, and it was just everywhere. It was crazy how a local band at the time had so much like attention and buzz, and
Yeah.
we'll get into that. So it was like I said, it was about that time where that Dead Horse name was just fucking spreading like crazy at that time. So, and I'm sure you guys remember that as well, wherever you were at. But yeah, it was insane, and but yeah. So I guess the album, like I said, we're specifically talking about horsecore. The hell? What was that?
Someone's calling someone.
We got some interference. Oh, okay. So if you're on the phone, yeah, it's going to do that. So, so anyhow, the actual album. Now, what when you first heard it? I guess some of you guys probably heard the demo. I heard the album first before I heard the demo. So, whenever you heard the album, kind of what do you remember? Like, what are your thoughts or memories of first, listen, whether it was the tape or the album or whatever? So we'll start with Charles.
I heard the demo and I played that constantly. I mean, it's like, you know how when you worship something, every little second of it is in your head. You know what's coming, and it's just ingrained in your DNA. Man, I love those songs on there. I should have gotten the demo out to show it, but I gotta hear somewhere. I've got the old style logo with the dead horse with the little, the hat. I've kept everything I ever bought from them.
Right.
Haga even made us 2 sweatshirts. When I inquired about sweatshirts, he made me and my buddy Eric one, and we got it around the time of the album release. I had my damn tape. Really? Sweatshirts? Yep. Hey, since I hey, look, we got Alpo checking in. Appreciate you checking out our talk about it. What's up, hey, since I brought up that shirt, show that. Well, I don't know if Richard saw this or not, but show us that, please. This is amazing. So this is supposed to be the test screen print of the Death Rights. It's the first one. Yes. Check that out. I got that from Sitka. Yeah. That's insane, dude. It's all wrapped up in plastic because I don't want to hang it up, just in case it gets damaged or anything. Yeah. I'm guessing you have your couches wrapped up in plastic too. Are you one of those? Hey, that's a good tip. Shit.
So is that a shirt wrapped up in the frame?
No, it's like a piece of fabric.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a test and that's what Sitka told me. So I've kept it framed. I got it framed in like 2014. Wait, it's not one of those like that old joke. I bought a magic goat. Well, who told you it was a magic goat? Well, the guy that sold it to me. Well, it's not one of those things, is it? Sean was around them, so he. Yeah, I know. I trust him, but you never know. Yeah, no, that's cool as shit though. I'm just being a dumbass, but yeah, I'm impressed. I would definitely take that off your hands. Yeah. We can pass it around like the Stanley Cup or something. Hey, there you go. It'll be
both hours. It's like it's both hours. We'll just keep it over at my place.
Yeah, we'll keep it over at my place.
Share custody.
Yeah. So anyway, so the album. All right. So Richard, thoughts on? Yeah, you said you heard the demo first. When what are your thoughts, or what were your first thoughts on the album after hearing the demo?
Oh yeah, I got the cassette. Of course, I didn't find the album until, I want to say, a year or so later, maybe even 2. Those things were hard to come by. Well, where I was living in Temple, and would have to come to Austin to do record shopping. And I don't know why I just didn't order one through the mail, but yeah, the demo is just like a soundtrack to my life. I mean, I played that thing every single day, it lived in the cassette player of my car. And that was the go-to tape. Jeez. I remember a few years back, Mike had asked me because, he knew that I did a lot of tape trading back in those days.
Yeah.
And he asked me, how many copies of like horsecore did you send out to people, like dubs? And he goes, I'm not going to get mad. I'm just curious or something. I was like, man, I kind of want to say at least 100. And he goes, 100? And I went, yeah. I mean, that was one of those tapes that I had to share with everybody. And back then, you could fit like the entire album on the side of one cassette, 45-minute cassette. And so, yeah, that was one of those albums that I just spread around to the underground. And, he's like, oh, well, thanks, because that boosted our popularity, It wasn't about like, oh, I missed out on $5 or $10 for each sale. I think it was more for each tape that I gave out, he gained a fan or maybe 3, 5, or 10 more people.
Yeah, of course.
Because that demo was so infectious. That album was so infectious.
It blurred so many genres. They were like trailblazers.
Yeah. It's like thrash, punk, core,
grind.
Yeah, the whole enchilada.
Country.
Yeah. See the Hank in there? Yeah, it was all over the place. That's why I think it sustained longevity. It stood the test of time.
No, they were just really, really good songs. They were catchy. They had their own unique sound.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric?
Dude, when I heard that album, I was blown away. I was really blown away for the exact same thing that it was just everything was in there. You had your thrash, your grind, and Mike's vocals were perfect, man, for that style of music. I couldn't fucking believe that I was hearing country with metal, dude. That fucking blew my mind, dude. But I mean, if there was a distinct Texas sound, man, I mean, that would be it, man. It was, dude, it's perfect, man. I mean, it's a great fucking band, dude. Like I said, to this day, they're one of my favorite bands.
Yeah. And yeah, same thing. To start off an album with Murder Song, I mean, it was like that was like the
real primitive drum.
Yeah, and it was like
start off.
Right. Started off into total just like insanity. It was they were really good musicians too. It wasn't like it was tight. It was well played. A lot of little like those things that only Deadhorse did, like on like for example whenever they stop and they would make that like the guitar sound,
right? The little sound,
the horse sound,
or like
clink clink or whatever, on Forgive. And it's like, I mean, who else has ever done that? I mean, I don't know where that came from or what inspired all that, or but
alcohol.
yeah, maybe so.
No, and you know what? The remix, you can hear those really, really well. You can hear the riffs. You can hear what they're playing now. Because the original mix, it was kind of muddy, but the remix, man, you're like going, what the hell?
Yeah. Shame on me. I have it. I bought it. I just haven't actually played it yet. So I don't want to open it up for some reason. So, but yeah, it was just just a total originality. But everybody, like in Houston, and I'm sure it was the same in Austin. In Houston, a Deadhorse show was, you had long-haired metalheads there, you had hardcore kids, you had people that were into, indie music, whatever, you name it. It was just like everybody gathered together to go see a Deadhorse show. And I'm sure it was the same everywhere, but so I can only speak of Houston because I never saw them anywhere outside of Houston.
They sold out all the shows in Austin pretty much. There was always a huge crowd, always.
But yeah, it was. Well, we'll get into that. But all right, so I know we all love the album, but what was that? What was the first song that you're like? Because to me, they have a hit. There's actually a hit, and I think you all guys know which one I'm talking about. They actually had an underground, which I think is an underground hit. But what was that first song that like how you talk to your friends of like your favorite song on the album? Do you remember what was that first song that kind of struck a chord with you off that album? Rich, yeah, we'll start with Richard.
Probably World War whatever.
Yeah.
That one, or I guess Born Believing.
Yes.
Those two right there. They're both songs are they're captivating. They're aggressive. They're heavy. They're just all over the place. It's just sheer power, 1,000% power.
Yeah.
Those are the songs that like boosted me the most. But the entire album, there's just not a flawless moment in the entire record.
Yeah.
It's almost like one song, one track to me.
It's one of those albums when you're asked, what's that album that you listen to from beginning to end? This is one of those albums, right?
Yep.
No filler.
Yep.
I can't start on Forgive and no, I start from the very fucking beginning and work all the way to the end of Subhumanity, right?
Yep.
So it's like, just one of those beginning to end albums. So Eric, what about you? What was that? What was the first song of theirs that you remember thinking that fucking song rules?
Yeah, the one that I had to play constantly was Murder Song.
Yeah, well, I mean,
of course, that opening riff, man, it's a crusher, dude.
Yeah.
You can't go fucking wrong with it, man. It just builds up.
Right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, and of course, Born Believing too. Actually, when I was like in ninth grade, I was like 14, 15. I had my first band back in the day, Guerrilla Welfare, dude, and we played Murder Song. We used to play Forgive and Born Believing, man, and dude, we love deadhorse, dude, and yeah, but to say that the one that got me was Murder Song, dude. I was hooked after that one.
Yeah, Charles.
Going back to the demo, I mean, Army Surplus kicks it off, right? And it's just this fucking maelstrom, 100,000 die, it's like, and then it goes into Born Believing, which I fucking love. I bug Alan and Ronnie all the time. When are you going to play that? When are you going to play that? But I mean, there's like, again, from start to finish, all the way to the end of Scottish Hell. When I listen to the demo or the album, it's from start to finish,
Yep.
Yeah. I guess for me, trying to look back at it, for some reason, I always remember it because it kind of stuck out. It was a little slower, but the way Mindless Zombie started off, it just stuck out for me. And I'm like, the lyrics, of course, I'm like, your father was a Nazi or whatever. I'm like, what the, I'm a young kid, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? You know what I mean? So, and then of course it gets into that heavy part, and Charles, I think, can attest to that. I'll still play that riff like whenever I'm on the guitar and we're practicing. Sometimes I'll bust out with Mindless Zombies whenever we're having band practice. So something about that song just kind of stuck with me at first. I mean, obviously I love the entire album, but and there's so many damn. I mean, every song. Let me look at the record because I can't. My eyes are too bad to see the actual songs on the cassette now. You know what I mean?
I remember the reissue, the CD had that French Fry song in it. I don't think it came out in the original though.
No, the French Fry was off of Voices of a Red God.
Oh yeah.
See, that's another thing. I if anybody out there wants to give me a copy of the CD, I never got it. I want that on CD. I never bought the CD, but let's go through the song. Obviously, Murder Song we've established. Born Believing, Crushing the Irate was like so fast, right? It's like it was and it had that cool little breakdown. Obviously, Hank was a famous, a pretty popular song because there was nothing ever that sounded like that, and I don't think nothing ever has since then. And if you find anything, then let me know, because obviously it started and then it got like super heavy, right? and the way Mike sings that shit on Hank is born again, it's like he fucking like nails it on that, dude.
Rage.
Yeah,
look at what Alpo said about the concept for Murder Song.
I didn't see that. I missed it.
It's in the chat.
Oh, here it is. Got the concept for Murder Song lyrics when he was watching the news about a Huntsville inmate being put to death. There were a bunch of Christians at the gate yelling murder. Sick. See, there you go. That's cool. In the flesh is Christians hell? Die.
Oh man.
We could probably sit here and recite like every
Flowers for the Dead for me. Those lyrics: "Gather ashes tonight, kiss the black ground."
Oh yeah, dude, of course. And I did. I don't even. He's not probably gonna show up, but I do have a friend, Sal, that was actually at the. He's the one that did. Him and Ruben did the growls at the end of World War whatever. Yeah. Everybody knows whatever. That's Sal and Ruben.
That was a dead horse greeting.
Yeah.
It came up and growled.
Yeah. But they I don't know. Maybe he'll pop in. I don't know. But he was actually at the recording session, I guess, for that album. Which, even if it was just for the, I don't know. I don't think I've ever even asked him about it. I've known him forever, but yeah, they're the ones that did those infamous growls at the very end or whatever of World War whatever. Forgive. I mean, come on, man. That's just like,
all day long, dude.
I still don't know how Mike sang some of those words on that. You're running. I still can't fucking get it. You know what I mean? I can't get that shit. Army surplus we mentioned. I mean, piece of ill. Oh, Richard commented something earlier about you want to share that?
Yeah, that's a true fact. I was always that kid in the front row screaming, "Piece of veal! Piece of veal!" It's a great song. I mean, somebody had to do it. If it wasn't me, somebody else would have. So.
Right.
Yeah. And just the lyrics to that, again, the lyrics are just fucking unreal to me. There's not, I mean, saucy red, sauerkraut, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it's just like
stream of consciousness.
It's just like, it's, I don't know. I was talking to somebody about the great lyricists are the ones that make up that shit that you're like, fuck, I could have thought of that. Yeah, well, you didn't, dumbass. You know what I mean?
For real.
You know what I mean? That's so.
And I think that's what makes Dead Horse such a great band, man. They don't give a shit, dude. It's like they don't take themselves too fucking serious, but their music speaks for itself, man.
No, right. that right there is it, Eric. They would always be smiling and laughing and, having fun, because music's supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be up there, worried about fucking up. They didn't give a shit,
Yep. Yeah,
and exactly. I asked them one time, I said, how the fuck do you play so fast and so tight? And they're like, we all learned to start together and stop together. That's all that matters.
Well, it's true. It's true. Uh-oh, we lost Eric. Oh, there he is. But, as long as you start at the same time and end at the same time, whatever happens in between.
They also didn't dress like all the other bands, where they had blue jeans on and black shirts and, belts.
Or Greg wearing his plaid shorts,
Yeah. In fact, I was totally influenced by that. I saw them wearing crazy shorts and said, "Oh, I want to do the same thing too."
Yeah.
So,
You know what? I totally see that. I've known Richard for a long time, and I can.
Oh yeah.
I can see that. But all right. So lyrics. What lyrics stuck out with you or stuck out to you? I guess when you off this album, off the horsecore album. Anything in particular? I mean, there's one that everybody knows, right?
Satan Kiss My Dog.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I think we can all agree that one's just. I mean, that was all over the shirts too, right? So
right.
So anyway, other than Satan Kiss My Dog, but hey, that's the one. It's pretty classic. So, Charles, let's start with you.
Flowers for the Dead, man. And the one, I forget the complete couplet, but the one you mentioned about crushing of the ivory, crushing into hands as Christians flail or whatever, about hammering the nails.
Oh, yeah.
You know, their lyrics were just so full of imagery. Like you said, things that you would have never thought of, like saucy red, sauerkraut, you know. It's just, it conjured up all the kinds of shit in your head, you know? Yeah, no, I mean, for me, I could quote almost the entire album, you know, and it'd be like, yeah, these lyrics right here.
All right, well, so what's the 12th line on Army Surplus? Can you answer that?
No. My 51st-year-old mind is sort of waning now.
Well, I can because I'm looking at the lyrics right now. I'm off screen, so it's like, God damn, he knows all the words still. But anyhow, so everybody hanging out in the chat, just if you want to share your Dead Horse stories or, you know, favorite songs or specifically off horsecore, since that's the topic, please share them in the chat.
Oh, and
so what was that? Oh, Eric, how about you, Eric? Lyrics? What's some of your favorite lyrics off the album?
The opening for Dear God, accept my apology. I never believed in you. I only believed in me.
Hell yeah.
That shit was fucking hard, man. That shit was deep, man.
Hey, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, dude. The second you started saying that, I got like chills.
Right.
I mean, I really did.
Man. That's the one that always does it for me, man. So
Hellbound Jeff.
That one.
Yeah, Richard.
Wow. Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint one, but I'll ask the question, does anybody know what he says before the song Piece of Veal?
Oh, good question. Hold on.
There's they come in gradually and louder, and then Mike shouts something. And for years, I always wondered what it was.
You're a piece of shit or something, right?
Yes, Charles. You're all a bunch of chicken shit.
All right.
And when I found that out, I think that might be my favorite lyric, like in the whole album. It's like, wow, I didn't know you never said that. I just
There we go. Alan confirms.
There you go.
You're all a bunch of chicken shit. That's great.
Hang on for a second, since we got Alan on the line. I wanna recollect something that he said.
Hey, one second, Richard. Alan, I don't know if you're available. Do you guys mind if he's able to join us? Do you guys mind?
No.
So, Alan, if you're available to come on the chat and give us some insight on, you know, those times, I'll gladly, or I'll get one of these, or somebody can send you the link.
Do it, Alan.
I think it'd be cool. I appreciate. I mean, if you're going to be in the chat, might as well have you here on screen, right?
Yeah,
I can forward it since you sent it to my Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Just forward it to him if you want, and if he wants to come on, that would be hideous. What do you look at us? Anyway, I'm sorry. Richard.
He can't be worried about his hair. I mean,
yeah, that's true. He can't be. So.
One time, Alan, I picked him and the guys up from the back room, and was taking him to Mike Titsworth's house, the guy the bass player from Anchor Watt.
Right.
And everybody gets in the car. Says, "Where are we going?" I was like, "Hey, I was thinking that maybe we go over to Mike Titsworth's house." And Alan said, "Oh no, he's not that guy with the parakeet breath, is he?" And I've never heard anybody say parakeet breath before. And then somebody else in the band said, "Oh, no, that's not him. You're thinking about some other guy." I can't remember who the actual guy was with the parakeet breath. But for years and years, I've always insulted people with that. "Oh, man, you smell like you got parakeet breath." Because of what he said. It has stuck with me for years and years and years. And
That's hilarious.
it's one of the greatest. Parakeet breath. That should be a band.
Parachute breath. That's great. That's great. Where was I? Oh, I guess to me, the lyrics of "Born Believing" always stuck out.
Yes.
At the end, I was a dumb kid. I was like, "This is your Sunday best" or whatever. I was like, I didn't put it together or whatever, or didn't put it like couldn't make sense of it. But just where is it at? I'm trying to remember now. It's been a while, like Charles said. Brainwash, you're a child of God. All that, just the way he sings the words. You know what I mean? Just added so much to it. Also,
I don't know about you guys, man, but one thing that I always dug is that Mike and Greg's lyrics. I mean, vocals seem very similar, right?
Yeah, I always thought so too.
Yeah, sometimes I couldn't tell them apart when I was like, oh, there's two singers. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, but I always thought that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I think Greg's. I guess his vocals don't seem to be as, I guess, maybe recognized as much.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't sing as much, but he had some sick ass vocals too, man.
Yeah, on that bookstore.
yeah, exactly. Oh, so who did that? Who did the intro to that, or not the intro, but the spoken word? Was it Mike?
I always thought it was Greg. Maybe Alpo can tell us, because Greg wrote those lyrics. So I always thought it was Greg doing that.
For which one? For which song?
Adult bookstore.
If I had any money, I'd go to the bookstore. But
I think that was Greg.
I thought it was Mike.
He used to sing it, didn't he?
Yeah, Greg sang that.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes in the studio, it's
and I know Greg sang "My Zombie," right?
Right.
Yes, he did.
I used to quote that little spoken word intro all the time. I'd go to the adult bookstore if I had any money.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man.
There weren't too many adult bookstores in my hometown. I'd say that all the time, and people would think that was crazy. It's like, we don't have any adult bookstores.
But
I grew up in a dry county. We didn't even have alcohol.
I'm not gonna lie. Even today, when I pass by one, it's the first thing that comes to my mind, right? So
right.
I mean, Houston, they're like corner stores, So so they're not hard to miss. But every time I go by one, it's like, kind of like if I had any money, I'd go, I'd go to the adult bookstore or whatever.
Yeah, I think I've seen some footage, like the whole Dead Horse gang going into an adult bookstore, and it's like 6 or 7 of them all crowd around into a little booth.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember. I know Sean Sitka's in the video, so he's not the one filming.
Didn't they take a photo in like that?
I'm not too sure, but I do remember seeing old footage of them all raiding an adult bookstore.
Huh.
Greg sang the first part of Mindless Zombies.
How
about Jeff was asking?
Oh, yeah. Greg sang the "Father was a Nazi." Yeah, of course. All right, so we let me see if I can bring him on. I see his name, but I don't see him just yet. So we'll and it's not Sal. We got somebody better than Sal. Let me see if I can bring him on. Oh yeah, he's coming.
Oh, hell yeah, potato nail grinder.
Maybe.
Those mansions don't have a good reception.
Yeah.
Making that Gene Simmons kind of money.
Una carnita asada. What the hell? And playing some Dead Horse, doing some barbecuing or what?
Pinche dial-up.
Pinche dial-up.
Yeah.
Fucking dial-up. All right. So anyway, hopefully he can get some. Let me try it again. Some service, but I don't know.
All the anticipation.
Yeah, yeah. He might be trying again. So now, did everybody get the reissue?
Yes.
Everybody get a copy of that?
I,
No?
I didn't get a copy. Yeah, but I'll get around to getting one. But I thought that they were really limited, and I thought I missed out on them. But
Yeah.
I was told that they're still available.
I
All
think
right, hold on.
Alpha was doing
Let me bring him on. Hello.
What's up?
There it is.
There you are.
Hello.
There he is. Oh shit, lost him
Now
again.
he's gone.
Come and go so quickly.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyhow, I did pick it up at Sound Exchange. Like I said, I got lucky. I was dropping off some stuff at Sound Exchange, some records for them to buy from me, and they had just gotten them in, and so I picked one up. And Kurt from Sound Exchange gave me an extra like gatefold LP, like he had extra just the actual covers or whatever. So I thought that was kind of cool. These actually turned out pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was badass. Yeah.
These gatefolds or whatever. It's got all the words and all that shit. But and of course, this is I wish I still had it, but I used to have this on a T-shirt. The white T-shirt. It said nothing on it. All it had was this. Didn't have like the Dead Horse logo or nothing.
Yeah, that was the white T-shirt that came with the demo and the 2 stickers when I first bought there. The first thing I ever bought from them was that white T-shirt.
Yep.
With that
Yeah, I
logo on
remember
it.
I had that. I used to have it, but
That was the flyer for the show.
you know what? Hold on. I'm glad you said that. Let me find it. Here it is right here. So I mentioned at the beginning that clip was actually from this flyer.
Yep.
See if I can kind of talk and kind of zoom it in. But new LP and cassette. So let's now that I see it, let's talk about the logo. I mean, I'm sure at first you're like, what the fuck, can you do a little more than that? But but it fucking worked. It worked.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You
I
know
liked
what I mean?
it with the little upside down dead horse. That was cool too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So this was the actual. Now, Charles, were you at this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You wanna
I even got a postcard from Mike and the band.
at that show?
Yeah, this was sent out like the week before because the date stamp is sometime in May 1989. So they would send out postcards like when they were on tour.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, and there's the infamous Army surplus photo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I have one of those. It's in a frame.
I need to do that.
Hold on. Let me.
Oh
let me.
shit! Look at that.
Yeah, these are like, let's try to get the glare out, but
That's awesome.
so yeah, those are postcards, 4 postcards and 3 ticket stubs.
Ah, man, that's badass.
That rules.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty infamous picture. Also, the one where they were sitting outside of the Axiom.
There's another one.
Oh yeah.
I think I sent you a picture of this one too, Francisco.
What is that? Just ads or what?
I think so because it's an ad for it's got T-shirts $8, white or black, album design.
Yeah. Try it again. I don't know what the issue is. He's having a hard time coming on.
Hopefully, Alan's able to join.
Yeah, no, it'd be awesome. All right, so since you guys are showing some stuff off, let's continue to do that. Eric, go ahead. Since you just showed something, what you got there?
No, I got this one, man.
Oh yeah,
See, yeah, that's Mike's artwork, man. You can't go wrong with Mike, man.
Yep.
I remember.
What's on the front of that, Eric?
It's Dead Rides.
Yeah, that's that cover. Yeah. I remember that. That's the design I was talking about earlier. You would see like everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. T-shirt printed those shirts up for them, and they'd be everywhere at the mall. You know.
At the mall?
Yep. I would go to Sharpstown and they'd be everywhere. They'd be anywhere you went, you would see a Dead Horse shirt.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody in the comments mentioned that for us to speak about the artwork, man, and dude, Mike's artwork.
Yeah. Good call. I completely missed that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
dude. Mike's artwork, man, fit perfectly with Dead Horse, man. And growing up, Mike was one of my still is one of my influences, because his artwork is very similar to Pushead's. And dude, I just thought that you know, Dead Horse's artwork, man, was just fit. Like I said, it fits so perfect with their music, with everything, dude. So yeah, man, shout out to Mike, man.
Yeah.
The artwork. I mean,
It's
obviously,
iconic.
Yeah, obviously. It was definitely stuck out. Definitely, you know, a part of the band. I think important part of the band. But yeah, I mean, you know, fuck. That of course show that again. But
I've got this.
there it is.
It's autographed too. I need to frame this.
Badass. That rules, dude.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
badass, dude.
What else you got?
They were.
I know Charles has a bunch of shit.
So for this, we went down to Schulenburg. It was a farm it was Sean Sitka's cousin, and a horse had gotten spooked and ran into a tree and died. So we went, and you can't see the horse carcass, but we went down there.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
We put what was remaining of the carcass into Sean's trunk, and we went down to Burger King and we're eating, and then we get back in the car, and I'll never forget, we get out of the car and we're going into Burger King, and some little kid, some teenager thinks that Haga was Kirk Hammett, so he walks up and says, "Hey, that's Kirk Hammett." And then we hop back in the car, and me and Sean are eating the rest of our French fries, and then the fucking stench just came over us. When he got home, he put the carcass on a mattress in the garage. So when his mom came home, she opened the garage door, and there's a dead horse.
Wow.
So then what he did is he put it in a garbage can with bleach and all kinds of shit to strip what was remaining.
Yeah.
And those bones are what became Fred. So they're in the cover of Boiling, but they became Fred, that winged thing that they would have on stage.
Weren't they power washing those bones and shit? I saw a video.
Probably.
They were like power washing them or something,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
We'd have to ask Alpo. I'm sure Alpo could give some more insight on that.
Well, speaking of videos, I mean, I know a lot of it's out now on YouTube, but they did have that video shoot. Was it at the Axiom? What was that, like 91?
Right.
Something like that? Yeah. Where they did a video for what was the song? It was off the second album, but I can't remember right off.
Maybe Lobster? No.
Eulogy, I think.
Oh. Which
is also one of my favorite songs, but we're not talking about that one right now. But yeah, that's, hopefully you can log on. We'll ask them about, the video shoot and why, what was the issues with that and all that, because it never actually came out. But there's a long ass video. You kind of have to work your way through it. It's got a lot of crazy footage, like interview footage with them from back then and stuff at the Axiom and whatnot. So
the one that Ken Mao did, right?
Huh?
The one that Ken Mao did?
I think so.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really great.
That was that's pretty cool too. So if you haven't seen that, you need to check that out. That clip I showed at the beginning, actually I have that whole show on VHS. It was with Devastation. And Louis from Devastation comes on there and starts doing like rock lobster with him and shit like that. So
that show ruled, because Devastation and Dead Horse were at the top of their game, and I think Signs of Life came out later on that summer.
Yeah, and if you paid attention to that video, the crowd is just completely nuts.
Yep.
So, and that was Ruben. Ruben from Splatteria was the one that introduced them there with the farm road sign or whatever. Let's try.
Hey, going back to that farm road sign, man, I think because of Dead Horse, there's a bunch of farm road 666 signs missing or stolen, man.
Right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, when I was driving back from San Antonio some years back, we took a detour. Me and my kids took a detour just to go through that freaking farm road, man. Take some fucking pictures, dude. Just because of fucking Dead Horse, man.
Yeah, they made a fucking a road famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at Kevin.
Kevin, holy shit! I can't believe Kevin showed up. Holy crap! Yeah, where's the barbecue? I invited him, but he hasn't showed up. I wanted him to talk about doing the vocals and the recording and all that, but oh well.
Man, I wish Alan could join. It'd be cool to hear some
I don't know
stories.
what's going on. Let me. I don't know why he keeps having issues, but I keep seeing him and it ain't coming up. But anyway, getting back to the farm road. This is what I was told. It was Ruben, the guy that introduced him at the beginning, has always told me he was because he and Sal used to go on the road with him. I guess they said they were roadies, but they probably didn't do shit and just fucked off or whatever. But he said they're the ones that actually took it down when they were on the road, took it from the actual post and stole it or whatever. So
I wouldn't doubt that.
Supposedly that's the story of how they first got it, but that's never been. I've never had anybody confirm that, but I mean I have no reason not to believe them. They used to go on the road all the time with them and everything, but
it fucking worked, man.
Yeah, it was a huge I mean I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but it became a huge marketing thing, right?
Yep.
So. How many times did you see a Dead Horse Farm Road 666 shirt? Way back?
I think Faith No More wore it in a video.
Yeah, Mike wore it. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, when I saw that video when it came out, I was like, "Is that a fucking Dead Horse shirt, man?" I was like, "It makes sense, man." I was like, "Yeah, they play with Mr. Bungle." So
Dead Horse did tour. They toured. I know in '92 they toured with Entombed,
and they went to Canada too.
Yeah. Canada.
So I got a story.
Please.
I went to Canada. I kind of want to say it was maybe 2006, 2007, and I was wearing my Dead Horse hoodie. And we went. The band I was touring with, we went to this restaurant, and when we got to the counter to order, the guy behind the counter saw my hoodie and was like, "Oh, Dead Horse! Oh, wow!" And I thought he was like a fan. I was like, "Oh yeah, Dead Horse." And he goes, "I booked their show when they toured through Canada." And I was like, "Get out of here!" And so I immediately called Mike and said, "Hey man, do you know so and so?" I got his name, and he's like, "He said that sounds familiar." I said, "He said he booked your show." He goes, "Yeah, he probably did." So I ran into the guy that booked their show. Yeah, that's crazy.
It wasn't Eric Gailey, was it?
I can't remember, but I do remember he had a heavy accent, like a French accent, a Canadian French accent.
Hey, did you guys know this?
English.
I didn't know this.
Did you know this? Slash had a Dead Horse sticker on his guitar.
I know Max had one.
Yeah, Max Valera had one for a long time. Yeah.
Well, Gloria was thinking about managing them, so they had a relationship with Sepultura and Gloria.
I think the guy from Foot Tunnel also had a Dead Horse sticker. I believe seen it in one of their videos too, man.
Dan Lilker has wore a Dead Horse shirt a lot.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've seen him in a Dead Horse shirt. But yeah, I mean,
they were in Metal Maniacs.
Let's answer this. I mean, I don't know what you mean by big, but I think Dead Horse is pretty known kind of worldwide. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you mean by big.
Well, as far as the underground goes, they were really popular.
Right.
The word "big" applies.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that. I don't know how to.
I mean, shit. Remember that when Peaceful Death was coming out, they had that contest on Metal Maniacs. Remember?
Metal Maniacs were big.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting there, man.
Yeah, Catherine Ludwig was a big fan of theirs. So she would have like posters in there, like full page pictures. Yeah.
Crazy. Speaking of, I remember listening to it whenever they were on Sweet Nightmares. Remember that, Charles? And
Yeah.
they played live, like on Sweet Nightmares with Wes and Bill or whatever.
Yep.
I don't have the audio. I kind of wish I had that audio. I don't know if you have that anywhere or what.
No, maybe Kevin has it. We need to get
Kevin
that.
G made. Kevin, are you there? Kevin, do you have that audio? Oh, you need to upload it like with every other thing.
Move that to the front of the queue.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, they played on KPFT radio show Sweet Nightmares in Houston back in, I think it was 90. I guess 91. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was pretty crazy. I just remember listening to it. I'm like, oh shit, there's a band, playing on the radio live. It was pretty cool, like underground band or whatever. Not that KPFT was like a huge station or anything, but it was still big, huge to me. Listening to them play over the airwaves or whatever. So
especially a local band,
Right,
I wonder what happened to Craig's old BC Rich. Remember that crazy ass BC Rich?
From what I heard, it was in Richard Stell's tattoo shop, but Richard has passed away, so I don't know what happened to it.
The one that had all the holes drilled in them?
Yeah, with the spikes on top of the wing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a badass guitar, dude.
It was. But yeah, it was in Richard Stell's shop in Dallas, I think.
Wow. I have something to show you guys that a friend of mine, Brian Patterson, he passed away, but he used to work at a radio station in Buffalo, and Dead Horse sent it out as like some kind of promo thing, but I had never seen it until recently. And I know Charles said he had never seen it either. But have you guys ever seen this thing? Yeah, they sent that out like as promos or something, like to radio station. I don't know if it's a can of tuna. I don't know what it is, but they put Dead Horse on it. So that's pretty goddamn cool.
I wonder if Alan's still in the chat. That would be cool to find out more about that.
Yeah, Alan. If you're, I know you're having a hard time logging in, but
Dead Horse meat. I'll tell you what.
Oh, it was a can of Alpo. Duh.
I'll tell you what. When I was in Europe, they do have horse meat over there, and you can get burgers over there and pizza with horse meat on it.
You can. I'm not.
Hey, there's Alan.
Yeah, he said that was it was a can of Alpo.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that was sitting as a promote. Yeah, my buddy Brian, he had that. He snapped a picture of it, and I'm like, that's fucking cool.
That shit is badass, dude.
That's hilarious, man.
So I don't know who's got that now, but this photo was from at least 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, that rules.
Yeah, that's great marketing.
Yeah. I wanted to share that with everybody. I'm glad I ran across that picture recently. So,
hey, well, you wanted Alpo to verify something. What was it about?
Oh yeah. The sign, the Farm Road 666 sign. If you're hearing, my buddy Ruben Cantu, that was in Splatteria, that did that. I'm sure you remember, but he said he was the one that took it off the. Whenever you first got it, he was the one that took it off the post or whatever. Back then, when you guys were traveling on the road, and I don't know if it was he and Sal that were with you, but if you can verify that story to be true or not, that'd be cool. Because that's a pretty, infamous picture. And where is that nowadays too? Who has that?
Ronnie
has it.
He's got Fred in his garage, and he's got it also.
Cool. That's awesome. Richard, I know you had some more stuff. You got any other stuff left there you want to share? Like,
sure.
Show and tell stuff.
Let's see. I think maybe the second time I saw Dead Horse was this show with Dread, Zero Tolerance, and Lunacy.
Lunacy. I have to have their tape around here.
Dread was badass too.
Here's the one that the Ritz put out. Kind of.
Yeah, wow. A lot of work put into that one.
Yeah. So what's weird is that was July 14th, and the very next year, July 14th on Saturday.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Agony Column, Death Ritual.
Wait, who the hell Death Ritual?
Death Ritual, those guys would eventually become that band Evolution. It's Walker Odin's band. I don't know if you guys know that guy.
That
Walker.
name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was part of the scene, and he's a great, outstanding bass player. Super cool dude. Yeah, it's like total metal guy. He's been around in Austin, I guess, since the very beginning. Here's another one from Death Ritual.
All right, hold on.
Scum of the Earth.
Scum of the Earth. I saw them play once. They ruled.
I think this was the show where Colin ran and jumped on a chair, and then when he took a dive, he took a spill.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the show, if I'm not mistaken, that was the show. Here's the show.
Wow, Bouffant Jellyfish?
This was the last Bouffant Jellyfish show, and Dead Horse played it. They opened up, and at the end of the show, they brought out this huge banquet table full of food, like everything you could possibly imagine. They set it on the stage, and then everybody just started throwing stuff into the audience. And I remember my friend caught an apple, and I caught a banana. I ate the banana, and I just randomly threw the banana up. Yeah. And I swear, I accidentally hit the drummer with the banana peel in the face while he was playing, and he didn't miss a beat. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like a food riot at that show. It turned into a food
riot.
Yeah, at Liberty Lunch. That was the closest thing I've ever been into, like a food fight for real. There was just like Oreos and donuts and fruit and all kinds of pieces of ham just being all thrown all around the place.
Look at this.
Oh, Pringle's got pictures.
Yeah. All right.
It's a picture of Richard in action throwing that fucking banana peel. All right, what do we got here?
This was Sedition's last show, and
they were pretty good.
An Agony Column opened up, and there were just so many highlights up on the show. I found Mike Scotch's wallet in the bathroom.
What?
And
rest in peace, Mike.
Yeah, I found his wallet in the bathroom, and the first thing I thought when I saw the wallet on the floor was like, all right, score. And I opened it up, I saw his driver's license. I'm like, oh, it's Mike's wallet. So I went to the bar and said, hey, man, I found your wallet. And he's like, oh, let me buy you a beer. I said, well, I don't drink. You got any weed? He said, find our bass player. So, and then when I was smoking out backstage with everybody, someone came running into the backstage and said, hey, man, there's a riot going on. There's a riot going on. And we kind of just took that like, people are probably just fighting. And we didn't think anything about it. Well, when we got out, it was true. There was a riot going on out in the streets. Like the police came, I think the riot squad came, and it made the front page of the paper, the Dallas paper the next day, that there was a riot at Trees. I mean, the band didn't have anything to do with it. It just happened outside of the venue. It was crazy. Yeah, I only heard about it, and I was there. I just ignored it, thinking that riot is a little strong word, but it actually really happened.
Here's a cool comment. Saw them at the Axiom in 89. The fire department came and said that they were over capacity. They threw Real Bones out into the audience. Those crazy kids.
Yeah, Dead Horse shows got crazy. I remember one time they played at the back room, and this guy I knew, he had bought over $20 worth of toilet paper. And back then, $20 bought a lot of toilet paper.
Last year, that bought you nothing, right?
Maybe a roll.
And by the end of the night, the entire back room was just wrapped in toilet paper. I mean, they trashed the stage. And I remember one of the guys in the back room screaming at the band, saying that, no, Dead Horse will never play here again. They'll never play here again. And I was standing around a little fearful, like, oh, man, that sucks. They're never going to let Dead Horse play here again. Next month, they were there.
Well, when you sell out the place, they're going to have
Yeah,
right?
totally. When you draw a crowd like that, you're not going to deny that band.
And that's another thing. We kind of touched on earlier. A Dead Horse show was like was complete insanity.
Yeah.
There was everybody was at a Dead Horse show. It wasn't just like metalheads or punks or whatever. It was everybody, and that's why every show was insane and why their shows were packed, right? Because it was like it's weird to think about it. I mean, this band ever like achieved that?
No.
Anybody, Charles, that you can think of like in town where they're going to play like this week and next week, and the shows were always like
at capacity,
packed.
No, they were true innovators in that they brought everyone in the scene together. They blurred so many genres in their music. I mean, think about it. Horsecore was 89. That was, you didn't hear music like that, Nope. It was just starting to grow into that.
Yeah.
I remember. No, you're right. Every time they played, it grew bigger and bigger and bigger.
It was like an event.
Yeah.
Here in Bronzeville, man, like we didn't get too many bands. Here in Bronzeville, I mean, we're at the tip of fucking Texas, man. I mean, it was kind of hard to get good bands down here, dude. But when Dead Horse played, dude, it was like meeting fucking Metallica, dude, to us, man. It was like, fuck, dude, like it's fucking Dead Horse, man. I mean, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was a little kid, man, but it was one of my favorite bands, and I was like, dude, I can't believe they're fucking playing in Bronzeville. But their fucking show was always an event.
Yeah,
it was something that you needed to go, man. And like you said, there was punks, there was mongers, there were people like thrash from all walks of life, man. It was a good show. They were always great shows, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like it's just crazy, how, like I said, I always go back they were a local Houston band, and I wanted to ask, I don't know if Alan's still there, why they didn't play the Houston date on the Entombed tour in 1992, because they were on tour with them the entire time, but when they got to Houston, Dead Horse didn't play for some reason, and I'm thinking because Dead Horse probably would have headlined that shit, because it would have been. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of people at that show. That show's on YouTube. But I never knew why they didn't play the Houston show. So I thought that was kind of odd. That tour. And funny enough, after Entombed toured with Dead Horse, they came out with Wolverine Blues, which was a lot more like rocking. So
Right.
I'm sure Dead Horse was a massive influence on Entombed after that tour, because they kind of changed their style a little bit after that tour. So
I'd also like to find out what happened with the Testament and Dead Horse show. Okay, Charles, do you know something about that?
Charles probably does.
Because they were supposed to come to Austin and play, but they got thrown off the bill. And I remember Mike telling me on the phone, well, you could go to the show, but we're not going to be there. We got thrown off the bill.
Was that when they were playing with Sabotage also?
Yes, Sabotage.
So it was at a weird-ass venue here. I'll never forget the address, 4211B Southwest Freeway, because it took us like an hour to figure out where that was. And we missed Dead Horse. And we go in just in time for Sabotage. And then I found out later, and Alan can probably correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but from what I heard, Testament pulled the plug on them. I don't know why. They pulled the plug early on their set, and I think it was Greg that was making fun of those dudes because they had stage white high tops. So there was like a set of 5 high top sneakers that were by the stage, but I don't know why. But yeah, they got the power pulled on them, and so they cut the set short. Probably because people were going fucking nuts for them.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That the crowd got crazy, and then when Testament got on the stage, the crowd went nuts, started chanting "Dead Horse, Dead Horse," and then that made Testament mad, and they threw him off the bill. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's a fact.
It's plausible because I heard they were being rock stars. Testament, that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard. I mean, Charles, is that the place?
Yeah, I think so. It was some. I mean, dude, you go by there now, and it's like the Cyrus One building, and it's like, where the fuck is this place at? We missed it. We were so fucking bummed, and we were driving up and down West Park, right behind it. You know.
Yeah.
It sucked because back then you didn't have Google Maps on your phone.
You did it? Well, that's what kids think nowadays, right?
Right?
What? So,
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about Dead Horse being like on top, they were always my favorite band. When everybody was saying that Metallica was my favorite, or Slayer, or Megadeth, I was always that kid that said, "Oh no, Dead Horse is like my favorite band." I mean, they were faster than those guys. They were heavier. They were more intellectually, lyrically wise. They were better than all those bands, I thought.
And the best part, they were local. They were from Texas, and here in Houston, man, we took a lot of pride in the fact that fucking Mike Patton was wearing their shirt, that people, like, they were being featured in Metal Maniacs. It was, I mean, the scene back then was nowhere near what it is now. Now you can get it on, everything is immediate, but back then it was a slow build. And to see them in Metal Maniacs, man, I still have the issues where Greg's picture's there, or they're interviewed or whatever. Yeah. They were truly unique.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to Charles yesterday, and there was I think it was demo outtakes. That's all I'm going to say, Richard. You know what I'm talking about? There's a song called PMRC. You remember?
Oh man, that's old.
Right. So I don't know how many people even know about that. I don't know if I should be bringing it up, but
I don't think it's a secret. I don't think.
I mean, Charles never heard of it.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's an old one.
So elaborate on it.
So there's I guess there was some outtakes of the demo where there's an instrumental of Adult Bookstore, and also there's a song called PMRC, I believe.
Yeah.
That were part of it. Just, I guess, obviously didn't appear on the tape. And again, if Alan's there, maybe he can shed some light on that.
Well, because didn't they record the demo at a college or something? Because a friend of theirs had like a recording session, like to learn. Maybe Richard, you know about that?
No. In fact, Francisco, you bringing that up, I completely forgot about that. I haven't thought about those songs in over 15 years or so.
I still have it.
Wow. I know I don't have that anymore.
Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh.
We're all a bunch of pack rats, man. We all keep everything,
Yeah,
well, I wasn't going to get rid of this, dude. I mean,
Fuck no. Yeah, if Alan's still in the chat, it'd be cool to know what happened.
So, is anybody in the chat? Have you heard this? Have you ever heard of a song called PMRC by Dead Horse? First of all,
PMRC, that's awesome. Tipper Gore.
Let me see. Let me figure that out. There it is. Look at that nice penmanship.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. That's actually there's agony column. A couple agony columns.
Yeah, I remember the Agony Column demo. Oh, those are great.
There's a PMRC. So I haven't listened to it, but I still have it.
Oh, wow. I thought that said awesome. Fiendish Sluts.
Fiendish Sluts.
No, it's got also. It was So, but yeah, that's it. I remember. And and for years, I completely forgot about this. And then I was like, and then I had the idea about this show. I was like, well, fuck. Let me mention that.
That's a deep cut.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it in 15 years or whatever. But I think it was maybe like a shorter song or whatever. But,
like French Fried or something.
Yeah, it's real short.
Real short.
A minute long or something.
But yeah, that's yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Hopefully somebody doesn't come knocking at my door right now.
Wow. So cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that's fucking awesome. I thought I'd share that. That was one of those things where, like, What?
Hey,
What?
one thing that I've been very curious about. Maybe Charles, maybe you know this shit, man. Were they using a rat pedal on that album for the guitar
shit.
tone?
I don't know that. I'd have to ask Greg or Mike. But you know what?
I think they plugged straight in, right?
Did they?
I think so. Because
Yeah,
Greg still has that same sound.
Greg always played that Mesa, and it had that arg on it. Arg, you know.
Right. A-R-R-H-H.
I think Mike played through a Marshall, which I think he probably still has. But that's a good question. I'd have to ask both of them.
Yeah, because on that, you know, those first notes on Mindless Zombie, dude, that sounds like a fucking rat pedal, man. Like kind of like the Obituary, Celtic Frost kind of.
Oh, right,
man.
that sludgy kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what? It would make sense because Rat was pretty popular back then. Well, Rat was popular with a certain subset. You know,
Right. Rat was popular in 1984. Shit. Only you old fucks will get that. But
hey, I was looking at this. It was $6.99.
no shit.
Oh shit.
You got ripped off.
Wow.
I still have mine. Actually, I think the tape is like more rare nowadays, right?
Yeah, it is.
I still have the tape, so there you go.
You could probably fund your college or something with that.
$500 right now. Anybody?
I wonder what the story is behind that cover, dude.
I've heard it. I've heard that story told before, but I don't know. Richard?
Yeah.
My
Anybody?
Dead Horse album, $18.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, nice. Is that the?
Oh, I got signed.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Badass.
You know what? In all the years I've known him, I never got this autographed. I should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, you'd known those guys forever, and you never. But that's how it is, though, right? You know somebody like, hey,
Right.
stuff. Nah. I'm trying to find I missed a comment from Alan about Murder Song about how Mike was out of tune or something like that.
Oh yeah, that at the intro he was playing like really hard on his whammy bar and it was out of tune.
Oh, okay.
It was right at the beginning.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to remember what that was about, but you know the story. What was it? I'm trying to.
I read the quote, but I don't remember it completely. But it said that they realized why it sounded so badass because Mike was out of.
He was out of tune.
Yeah, because he
was
was
Richard by himself there.
Okay, here it is. When we remixed horsecore for this re-release, we finally realized why the beginning of Murder Song sounded so badass. It's because Mike was completely out of tune. He was using his whammy bar hardcore.
That rules. See, that's the kind of insight you won't get anywhere else but right here, goddammit.
Right? I wish Alpo would have been able to join. That would have been killer to hear some stories.
Awesome.
Hey, and again, hey, Charles, thanks for this, man.
Oh, yeah, show that off. Look at that. Show that off. That rules. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
What is that again? Tell everybody.
So they
Charles,
used to sell those. They would sell a strip of it, and you would cut it into 3 different stickers. Eventually, they would sell them as 3 individual stickers. But initially, they sold them like that, just one strip, with all 3 stickers on them.
I got one left.
Oh, look at there. Hold on. Somebody asked something about the demo. First demo cassette had that Xerox copy inlay of Death Riding Dead Horse. How many copies? How many different versions were there?
Like demo?
Well, I know that they had this one that looked like that.
That's
And
the one
then
I have.
They also had one where the cover looked like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I don't have that one.
This is I think this is the first one.
That's the one you have, right, Charles?
No, I have the second one, the one that he showed.
Oh, okay. Well, we've completely failed today. Then none of us have the very first one. But no, I just have that one.
I did find a picture of this.
Wait, hold on. Let me put you solo.
Oh, the fucking master tapes. Wow.
Yep, the 2-inch master reels.
From Rampart Records or Rampart Studios. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's cool, man. Speaking of, Rampart, fucking DRI recorded Dealing With It there.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yep,
Yep.
sure did.
Badass.
They sure did. They recorded Dealing With It there. So I don't know what else. I remember looking up Rampart and all kinds of shit, but I don't remember who else. I just know Dead Horse did and DRI back then. So yeah, there's two versions. I guess there's only two versions of the demo.
Here's a flyer from the showcase show. Entombed.
Yeah, you see, that's one. I don't know why they didn't play Houston.
Yeah, that would have been when they asked Alpo, right?
Yeah, no. I guess he took
Well,
off.
the Exhorter got kicked off. I guess Exhorter and Dead Horse got kicked off because someone shit on the deli tray.
Wait, hold on. You can't just end there. Keep what else? What else?
You know what? I've heard the story before from Kyle, and I don't know who did it, but for some reason, someone shit on the deli tray, and Entombed got fucking pissed off. Yeah.
The Swedes frown upon that, I guess. I don't know. That's American custom, man. Don't you know?
It's a greeting.
It's a greeting. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. But just last parting words about Dead Horse, horsecore. What anything you want to say? We'll end it like that. So, Charles.
Fuck, man. To me, I still go back and listen to it. They were innovators. Kids nowadays, they think they come out of the womb listening to Waco Jesus, but it's like, no. There's people that set the bar for you a long time ago, and if it wasn't for what these guys did, Houston, they put Houston more on the map. I mean, there were already bands that were kind of popular back then, but for the underground, they put Houston on the map.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. There's a lot of underground, like Mark Sawickas from Imbatigo. He used to do he interviewed Dead Horse way back when, and his zine, and they were everywhere. So that's awesome. Eric.
Hey man, Dead Horse is one of those timeless bands, man. I still show it to people, and they're still fucking impressed, and their jaws drop, dude, listening to them, because it still holds up, man. It's one of those bands that they weren't dated. You hear the thrash, you hear the death on it and everything, but they're not dated, man. And despite of whatever problems they have, they're all friends of mine and stuff, but I wish they would give us one last show with Mike, man. That'd be fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. Hey, I know I would say this was all horsecore, but do you happen to have right by you though? Eric actually did some artwork for him recently, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah,
do you have it close by?
I should. Let me bring it out.
All right. So while he does that, Richard, you want to say a couple things?
What can I say? To say that album Horsecore didn't change my life would be an understatement. Literally everything I've done up to today has been either directly or indirectly because of Mike Haga. Years after he had left Dead Horse, when he started doing his Plus and Minus show, that's when I started getting into videography. I specifically sold my metal collection to buy video equipment to document the making of that album.
Oh, shit.
And because I had all that video equipment, that got me into filming bands. He introduced me to the Polyphonic Spree, and that got me that gig. And from there, I just started touring with other bands because of Mike directly. So,
do you have the video from the studio sessions?
I have some of it, yeah, from the Plus and Minus show.
I love that record.
Yeah, it's a brilliant album. It's a brilliant record. Every note, every song, it's just It's a perfect pop album.
Awesome. Well, I guess while we'll wait for Eric, it's just one of those. It's there's albums that are timeless. This is one of those albums. Eric was saying that you could show. I know a lot of younger kids around Houston that love that album, that weren't probably not even born when that album was coming out. So that says a lot, right? That says a lot when 2 generations later, the album still grabs people, still captivates like younger audiences, which is not an easy thing to do by no means. So
good thing the songs are short for the attention span.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it totally stood the test of time. I mean, it was just as great today as it did back then. I mean, it's flawless. It's a perfect album.
I think Eric said it the best when he said that, it holds up. It's still fresh. It's not dated at all, because records sometimes sound like a reflection of the time period that they were recorded in. But this was so new, and it pulled from so many areas that it still sounds innovative.
Yes.
1989. I was 14 in 1989.
I was 18.
Was my favorite year for metal albums. I mean, literally, all my favorite bands put out albums that year, from Obituary, Macabre, Anchor Wat, Carcass, Napalm Death, Dead Horse, just terrorizing.
89 was a year where it was a huge year for me, because when I look back at it, that's when I heard this band. That's when I heard that band. So I was 14 years old in 1989. I heard so much shit at that time. It's like, just like Richard mentioned, like, Terrorizer, whatever was coming out at the time. Sepultura, shit like that.
In 1989, I stole a car to go see a Dead Horse show. Yeah. My brother worked for Coca-Cola at the time, and he had to be at work at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So he always went to bed about like 8 or 9 p.m. And I waited till he went to sleep, and then I snuck into his room, and I grabbed his car keys and his driver's license and stole his Camaro and drove to Belton to go see Dead Horse. And I came back, and he wasn't very happy.
Yeah, but you got to see Dead Horse. So fuck.
Sometimes you have to do things.
Small price to pay for
right. He got over it.
Yeah, exactly. I never got out over the show. Yeah. Still here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Eric, what you got?
I couldn't find it, man.
Oh shit!
Couldn't find it.
Well, I mean, was it a bitchin' Camaro?
Yeah, it had a great sound system. It was stolen. Yeah.
Dude, he didn't. Richard didn't take like a Pinto. He took a fucking Camaro, dude.
Yeah. Stole a nice Camaro to the Dead Horse show. They played that show. I know they played with Flesh Mop and Cinco Dudes.
Oh shit!
I haven't heard that name. Cinco Dudes. They were from Houston, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think Flesh Mop too. I think that had Jay Malsby that went on to Joint Chiefs, right, Richard?
That sounds familiar. That sounds real familiar.
Nice to know, Jeff.
That was Lisa Harrington's band, right?
Joint Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Bill
right.
was in that. Wasn't Bill Bates in that band too? For a while?
for a time, yeah. They used to practice around the corner from us, so we'd go watch them play.
Because I remember when I used to listen to Sweet Nightmares, he would say, well, he wasn't there because they were either playing a show or something.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, he picked up all the Hairspray girls on the way to fucking Dead Horse and the bitching Camaro. In 1989, the Hairspray was still a big thing back then.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow. All right, well, shit. Yeah, rest in peace, Bill. That's for damn sure.
And Wes, yeah.
And Wes, who were the ones that got them on the air. Dead Horse on the air back then. So, well, cool. I guess I'll give you, if you haven't mentioned any like thing you wanted to mention, something cool, something you'd like for us to hear, now's the time. If not, we'll go ahead and call it a night. So I'll give you guys a chance. If there's something you got to mention, where you're like, fuck, I should have said this.
No, I don't have anything.
I got one more cool story.
Right ahead, please.
So Dead Horse was playing at the back room one time, and this was probably maybe 93 or 94. And there was an artist named Del Rich that had printed these really nice, like 8.5 by 11 posters, like digital print posters. And Mike and I were standing outside the back room backstage door after the show, and he had about maybe a dozen posters under his arm. And we were just in a conversation talking. And this Mexicano ran by at top speed and just yanked the posters right out from under his arm and took off running.
Oh, shit.
Just like that. And we both looked at each other, and Mike said, I think I just got mugged. And I stood there like an idiot and went, yeah, man, that's too bad. And we stood there like, well, what do we do? You know, do we run after him or do we just let it go? And we're like, huh, okay, well, I guess he got away. So, yeah, someone just like flew by and stole the posters right out from under him. Not all of them, but a few of them.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
That's crazy.
And where was this again?
At the back room
Oh, the back.
in Austin.
That place is not around anymore, is it?
No, I think it's called Emo's now. They rebuilt it.
Emo's is back?
I think that's Emo's. The old back room is Emo's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Eric, Charles, anything?
No.
Any other cool shit to share?
No. I should have pulled out that hat with the corduroy hat.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't find mine. I remember I had to prove to Sean Sitka I still had mine. Yeah. He
You had to
called me
prove
out
it
on
to him?
Facebook. I said, I have one. He goes, no, you don't. There was only a few made. And I had to like, yeah, I still got it. I don't know where it's at, though. I just recently moved, so everything's still like in boxes and in the closet stacked.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you guys hanging out, everybody hanging out in the chat, and hopefully you enjoyed the stories. I know I did. And share the video to everybody. I mean, obviously, Dead Horse did reach a lot of people. Share it out there.
One thing. They're going to be featured in Decibel's Hall of Fame.
What?
Yeah, but I think it's for Peaceful Death.
Well, I mean, I love that album too, but
yeah, they're coming out in one of the recent in one of the issues that's coming out soon. They're going to be the Hall of Fame band.
Right on.
Cool. All right. Well, on that note, we won this Hall of Fame fucking program, and again, thanks for everybody for hanging out. This was your first time. Go back and watch it. It'll be available on YouTube from now until YouTube is no longer around. So also I can actually save these and download every episode I do. So I'll have them on my hard drive for whatever reason. So if first time here, appreciate it. Tell everybody about it. Do the liking and subscribing and all that shit. And I'd appreciate it. So tomorrow, Jason Beck from KPFT, Jason Beck Rules. Dude's got a lot of crazy stories you're going to want to hear. Trust me. Houston, been a huge part of the Houston Underground since fucking 80s, probably mid 80s, who knows. But Jason Rules, so tune in for that. Tell everybody about that. All right, guys. Charles, Eric, Richard, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You bet.
Bro, Gemini,
Yeah, thanks for having
all
him.
badass a la verga.
Yeah.